Good evening, thank you very much, and welcome here to FBD Semple Stadium in Thurles for the delayed start to our second Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. It's Cork against Offaly. If you haven't heard, Kilkenny are through to the All-Ireland final after beating Kerry after extra time by 2-14 to 2-12. I'm Darren Kelly, joined here in the commentary box by Killian Whelan. And Killian, we're just coming down after the trills and spills of the opening game, and this was certainly a contest. When we came in to the Thurles venue earlier on, they were expecting more action-packed.
Yeah, and I think if you were talking about a game that might be extra time, we were thinking about this one to be quite a close contest. But what a cracking encounter. Again, you feel for Kerry. They brought everything to the table through the absolute kitchen sink at Kilkenny, and credit Kilkenny that they saw it out, and they're obviously in Croke Park now on All-Ireland final day. And I think, as I said to you, a little bit of hurt in Kilkenny Camogie that their seniors didn't do better and that they weren't in the semi-final today. But look, their intermediates are there now, and will probably have to lift their performance no matter who comes out with this game. The favourites might be in this encounter here. And just on the couple of Cork personnel and everything like that, they don't expect this to be any easy encounter. You have to say an Offaly team that haven't been overly fantastic. Lost two matches in the group stages, but a crew that are well drilled, and have David O'Sullivan there, man that obviously knows the Camogie game quite well with his exploits with Scariff Ogonlo and others. The Lura man obviously has got this crew now set up well. They won a very good quarter final, a cracking game. The only thing you would be worried about, Darren, is that obviously they conceded 3 goals, but they still scored 5-18 and that, and they've hit some tallies in the group stages to be able to get here. So coming down from senior level, you would think they should be able to beat whatever is the best of the intermediate. So I'd be giving a nod here to Offaly, just about, because in Castle Road, I think in that game against Cork, they were unlucky. I think they might just have a little bit of a nod here on Cork. But again, who's to know? But I'm expecting another entertaining fair here.
Well, they certainly were cracking and fantastic in that game against Meath, though the cause of concern was the 3 goals they conceded. But Offaly really blitzed Meath 2 weeks ago. For Cork, it's been a great day for them so far. Their seniors are through to the All-Ireland final after beating Dublin by 4-17 to 9 points. Can the intermediates follow suit? Big news coming out of the Cork camp, though, is that Niamh O'Leary, their fullback, is out injured. Maeve de Burka comes in to start for them, and we're just waiting to hear. I think the national anthem might be coming on, but we'll run through the Cork team in a moment. We're just listening to the stadium announcer there to make that call. But Cork, one change for them for the team that was announced. We will run through the 2 teams that throw in anyway, but Maeve de Burka is in for the injured Niamh O'Leary for Cork. And for Offaly, they've made one change from the last day. Amy Byrne, where number 27 starts for them instead of Anya O'Connor, number 14. But we will have a pause for a minute silence, and then we'll have a run of in. Well, there's great noise for both teams here. Cork and Offaly supporters ahead of this second game as Killian said just 1 point separated them when they met in the group stages on the 8th of June. Cork victorious by 15 points to 111. Cork won 5 games out of 5 in this year's championship. Offaly have suffered 2 defeats, also a 2-point defeat to Galway in their 4th game of the group stages, but they had the form here 2 weeks ago. We will run through the starting 15 for both teams when we get an opportunity. But Killian, just before we get ready for throw-in, Carol Collins from Galway is the referee. Niamh O'Leary, that's a big blow for Cork.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and Maeve de Burca coming in from her, but she would have been obviously the mainstay when you're playing the full back. Obviously, an awful lot of things go through you and you decide an awful lot of things. She's a key, a really important cog in that team. So a big loss for her. Maeve de Burca is in. So Cork a little bit on the back foot with that loss. Yeah,
Offaly are going to attack the goal to the right in the first half. The ball is thrown in. The game is on. Offaly to the right. Eva Barrett, the number 2 for Cork, has gone into full back with Maeve de Burca going at corner back, but it's Offaly with the ball. They got off to a blitzing start against Meath in the quarter-final 2 weeks ago, a game that they managed to control throughout, getting an impressive 5-18 total. Fiona Dooley with the ball. She wears number 13, sending in towards the attack in the first test now for the new Cork full-back Eva Barrett against Becky Bryant, who got 2 goals for Offaly in that game against Meath. The referee spots the foul on the Cork defender coming out, and it's going to be a free out for the Rebelettes.
Yeah, I think it should have been a free in for Offaly there. I have to say, I thought Becky Bryant, as she was trying to release that ball, her arm was being held, but it wasn't given. The play was allowed to continue, and then Cork free is given the opposite direction, a chance for them. And we've got to let people know there is, and I've been down there now on the pitch side, Darren, very strong breeze come from the Killeen end to our left hand side that had a huge impact on the first game between Kilkenny and Kerry. So you'd imagine there will be an impact here as well.
Yeah, the scoring goal is the goal to the right. If you weren't with us for the opening game, as a Cork player just receives a knock, and that is Cliona Dooley. So we're going to have a hold up and play. Cliona Dooley was an All-Ireland winning minor in 2019 for Cork, and that gives us an opportunity to run through the Cork starting team for this game. So in goal number 1 is Ciara Hurley. The full back line is now 26 Maeve de Burca, 2 Aoife Barrett and 4 Emma Flanagan. The half back line were number 5 Laura Doyle, centre back number 6 Olivia McAllen, and 7 is Maeve Ring. In midfield were number 8 Tara McCarthy, partner number 9 Laura Buttimer. The half forward line 10 Avril Cashman, 11 Lauren Holman, she's the captain, and 12 is Edel Sheehan. And the inside line, top of the right, number 13 Niamh O'Regan, full forward number 14 Cliona O'Callaghan, and top of the left where number 15 is Cliona Dooley. And Killian, as we go through that Cork team, as Cliona Dooley is getting back on her feet, there's one name that obviously stands out, and that of course is Lauren Holman.
Yeah, Lauren Holman is obviously somebody that has been around a long time for Cork, and the vast element of experience of her, number of Cork players, senior experience, being in around, have a good manager as well in Donny Daly, All-Ireland winning manager at underage. So, this Cork team will be able to give it plenty, and as I said, some names in key positions for them could be important here.
You might see the far side of the field in the stand, plenty of red tops in there. I'm not too sure if the Cork seniors are here, but there's plenty of supporters that were in UPMC Nolan Park for the senior game that have made their way here to FBD Semple Stadium for the intermediate one. We will run through the Offaly team when we get the opportunity. The ball goes out over the line here right in front of us in the commentary box, and it will be an opportunity for Cork to try and get themselves up and running. Nearly 3 minutes gone here in the game. No score so far, but Avril Cashman is having a think about this, and of course she's only scored 1 point in the championship so far, so I'm not expecting her to go for this. But then again, if you're with us, it was the first game we were expecting plenty of attempts at 2-pointers. Didn't quite happen. She didn't touch the ball. I think she can go again, and so she will go again, and it does go there, hits the Offaly player, but it's going to a Cork stick got in there, so I think it's going to be an Offaly ball there. A bit of confusion at the moment. Yeah, Cork thought they had it, but it's going to be an Offaly ball, and we're going to restart through Orla Gorman. So I'll run through the Offaly team very, very quickly. We'll break if there's a big moment. Leah Gallagher in goal. Full back line of 2, Sharon Shanahan. 3 is Cathy Fogarty, and 4 is Orla Gorman. The half back line were number 5 Orla Phelan. Centre back number 6 is the captain Ellen Regan, and 7 is Alana Roddy. In midfield were number 8 Fémal Rooney, partner number 9 Clodagh Leahy. The half forward line 10 Grace Tehan, 11 Ciara Ryan, and 12 is Mairead Jennings. And the inside line, Fiona Dooley 13, 27 coming into the team is Amy Byrne, and number 15 is Becky Bryant, who is playing at full forward. And Offaly down the attack, the far side of the field here. They'll be looking for an opening score of the game. and Cork win the ball back. We'll tell you the officials for this game in a moment. Of course, the referee is Carol Collins from Galway, Aaron Hogg from Clare, Enda Lucknan from Galway, and Simon Redmond from Dublin are his assistants in this contest. Cork with possession through Laura Doyle in the middle of the field. Laura will send it out towards the left to Laura Buttermore. The two Lauras combining for the girls in red, but goes a bit too far, and Ellen Regan has done well there for Offaly to take the ball back outside the 45 metre line. Received contact in the way, took the sting out of the pass, but still finds the target of Fianna Dooley, and Fianna Dooley turns inside but loses the ball, goes to the ground as well, was taken down. The advantage is being given for Offaly. It's going to be a free in for Offaly, and an opportunity, Killian, here now for them to get their first score of the game.
Yeah, they've threatened on a couple of occasions, and now a clear cut opportunity. But again, you have to credit Ellen Regan there, the way she was chasing back there on the opportunity on the Cork attack. I think was in the Lauren Homan, and was able to take that ball away from her. Ellen, of course, didn't lick it off the ground. Daughter of the great Dahi, of course, that would have won a couple of All-Irelands with Offaly, and I imagine he is here somewhere looking on with pride at his Offaly team, as Offaly Camogie looking to get back up into senior. They've still 2 steps to make. They have to beat Cork and have to beat Kilkenny if that is to happen in Croke Park in 2 weeks' time. But first opportunity here for Offaly, to get the opening score of the game.
Clodagh Leahy taking the free for them. It looks good from our angle. The umpires like it. The ball has gone over the bar. 6 minutes gone in the game, and it's Offaly 1 point. It is Cork, no score. Clodagh Leahy, who got 5 points against Westmeath and 8 points against Meath 2 weeks ago, gets a score in this game. The Cork goalkeeper is Ciara Hurley. Restarts the action towards the middle of the park, and a scramble for possession. May Ring, where's number 7? She is there as well, but Offaly getting jerseys in there too, and they've won the ball back, and good play there by Grace T, and player of the match in the quarter-final victory. Finds a teammate dropping ball towards the goal. That'll go out harmlessly to the right and wide. First wide of the game.
Yeah, not a great use of position there by Offaly when you consider the breezes behind them. Maybe that was the thought process there and taking that ball, but as we saw in the opening game, definitely Kerry would have used that breeze quite well by being mindful of the ball and support play, and that's what I think Offaly maybe need to settle in and doing with the breeze behind them.
Laura Doyle got a good rob there as he tipped it pass in for Offaly, trying to send it down the other field, and Lauren Homan no doubt will be a player that Offaly will have marked, the Cork number 11. The ball breaks in the middle of the field. Clodagh Leahy with possession, turns on her left hand side, sends it in. We know how dangerous these inside players are, and Aoife Barrett from Mahalbullough wasn't taking any chances with them, and shows a bit of football skill as well. We know the great skills of women's football in Cork there too, and of course Aoife Barrett has actually won 2 All-Ireland minor titles in 2022 of both camogie and ladies football, and is up the field again in the attack. Well, she started off in defence, she is still going, lays the pass off to Lauren Homan, the far side of the field. Lauren Homan puts the ball over the bar. The opening score of the game for Cork, but Killian, that score was all about Aoife Barrett.
Yeah, and just her tenacity and all the way she was able to carry that ball forward, and of course Lauren just utilising a little bit of space, a bit of intelligent play there, and just ran off in a position that she was able to be picked up and took a fine score.
Ball breaks in the middle of the field after the puck out, and Ciara Ryan has it now for Offaly as they want to try and get on top of this scoreboard early. What you don't want to be doing is chasing the Cork team, especially when you have the wind originally. Emma Flanagan back in defence. She's played an attack there before throughout her career, sends it into space, but Ellen Regan is reading the breaks for Offaly in the early stages. Her third possession after just 7.5 minutes, sends it down. That's a great take. That's an absolutely fantastic take in the air by the Cork player, and that Cork player was Emma Flanagan, and now lays it off to Laura Doyle, and Laura Doyle is belting up the fields for them, gives the pass out towards the right towards Edel Sheehan, and Edel Sheehan space is open up here for Cork at the moment, and gives the pass in for Cleena Dooley. Cork are looking very, very dangerous here with this attack. Cleena Dooley Offaly getting players back, but she does enough to put the ball over the bar. Offaly were leaving gaps. They managed to close the space in the end, but it's a score for Cleena Dooley, 2-1 Cork.
Yeah, cracking score, well worked, and you'd have to credit Laura Doyle with that run there. The Charleville lady took it on a bit of a slalom course up along the right hand side, but the interchange of passes, and Edel Sheehan took a little bit of a knock as she offloaded the pass. She took it into contact but was able to get the pass away to Cleona Dooley to be able to ultimately work the score. But good score from Cork, 2 good scores to settle themselves into the game here, and just keep Offaly honest if they were to think that this game might be easy for them. You mentioned already, great to see the red over there, and what a busy day. We're just on to some of the Cork media here. It's been a long day for for them up to UPMC Nolan Park to witness the victory. And that game, of course, at 1:15 today, and here they are still out on tour. You wonder when some of them will be home in Cork this evening.
Yeah, and especially with a half an hour added to the time there after the draw in the opening game. Cork in the move here again. It's Lauren Homan. Shot there. It's gone over the bar. I thought there might be a hook, but good work by Avril Cashman. Lauren Homan puts it over the bar. 3 points to 1.
Yeah, using all her clever play there, you'd have to say. Darren felt the hook was coming, and just you could see her drop the hurley down the hands and then just batted it over the bar. Good score, and asking questions here of Offaly.
It looks like Amy Byrne, the change there, is in to be centre back to mark Lauren Homan in this game. I don't know if that was a design with the late change in personnel on the Offaly team, but Amy Byrne is marking Lauren Homan in this game. But Cork are on the run here at the moment, and Lauren Homan getting a bit of space there again. The first touch to get it away from the Offaly player, the second touch to get it away from the second Offaly player. Lauren Homan with the shot. You heard Killian Whelan say it, and you can echo that. Lauren Homan with a piece of skill that made Coventry Turles worth being here in the first place. 4 points to 1.
Look, they were talking about Tony Kelly in Crow Park last weekend, a little flick and then just a little bit of a drop of the hips and moved around, and then flick with the right over the bar. Absolutely cracking score. She had a finger in the air before it nearly had left the stick. Cracking score, and Offaly now, Darren, they're going to have to come and answer with something.
Marie Jennings with the shot on that occasion. It's gone wide, and Offaly are not getting the strong start that they got against Meath. But going back to that point there, Killian, I suppose the best compliment I could give Lauren Homan for that score is that you couldn't really criticise Amy Byrne or Alana Roddy for their efforts. Homan just knew when to get the little first touch to get it away from the player, and then hit a sweet strike from the right flank over the bar.
Intelligent play, knocked it out into space and then was able to get that as we have a silent cut down here. Offaly, I have to say, Darren, very similar to how Kilkenny started in the first game. Kilkenny really didn't get going until after the first quarter in the first game, and obviously got a lead then going into half time. But Cork have been impressive, and they're utilising space. They seem to be targeting the centre, pulling Ellen Regan out of position, and they're getting in that space. Lauren Homan is, as he said, making a little bit of hay here in the early stages here. That would be a worry, you'd have to say.
Yeah, Lauren Homan is an All-Ireland senior winner in 2017 and 2018 with Cork as well. Ellen Regan takes possession for Offaly, but not just in attack. The Cork defenders are reading these little touches well. Maeve Ring responsible for winning the ball there and sending it down towards the attack, and it's cut out by Sharon Shanahan. Sharon Shanahan was a rising star with UL when they won the Ashburn Cup this year. Offaly with possession there through Ciara Ryan, but Ciara Ryan closed out again by the centre-back, Olivia McCallan of Cork, and there Emma Flanagan as well with possession, but it's Mairead Jennings down the right. Offaly just need to score to get themselves up and running. They got the opening point after 6 minutes, but it feels like such a long time ago. Hard to believe it's only 6 minutes ago. Ball goes out over the line, and look, Nan from Galway, the linesman, the near side of the field. It's going to be an Offaly ball, in Killian, they really need to create something from here, you would feel.
Yeah, it's funny how it masks what happened in the first game. Kerry were playing into Killeen in with that breeze in their face, and their hurling was far better. They were just short hand passes, off the shoulder running, everything, and that's what Cork have brought. And Kilkenny were nearly expecting to win to do them a few favours, and we saw them miss a number of opportunities from sideline cuts and whatever. Now I know ultimately they went on to win the game, but Offaly just a little bit nonchalant here, similar to how Kilkenny started that game.
Clodagh Leahy takes the sideline cut, but was blocked by Laura Doyle, who's having a good game in the early stages. Offaly still battling for possession with Fiona Dooley in there. There's the Clodagh Leahy again, the white boots, the white helmet, goes for the shot, but that's another one that's gone wide, and it's 3 wides to 0 in the opening quarter of this game, Killian, and we don't really want to be knocking Offaly too much, but I have to say there were 3 poor wides.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Some of the shot opportunities have been poor, but I would have expected that one to go over the bar. Here's the long range effort, looks on its way.
It's on its way, the opening score, and it comes from Grace Sheehan. Who else will get Offaly back in track? She took the puck out, send it back, puts it over the bar. Offaly's second score, it's 2 points to 4.
Yeah, and something that they needed, Darren, there's no question. Now they need to keep the press on.
So the goalkeeper, Ciara Hurley, to restart the action out towards the middle of the park. Can Offaly get another score? Ellen Regan doing everything she can in her position at the moment. Has support there from Ciara Ryan, who's come out to get involved, but you can see there Cliona O'Callaghan out the field there, putting pressure on for Cork, and a few other players involved as well in the scramble. Just outside the Offaly 65-metre line, that goes the way of the Munster side. Raiding down the field again through Cliona O'Callaghan. Cliona O'Callaghan will keep going as she realises she's more space to play with. She uses the skill, goes for the shot, but I think the hook came in there there anyway to take the sting out of it, and the Offaly defenders come back, and coming out the field will be Orla Gorman, whereas number 4 gives the pass off to Amy Byrne, and down the other end of the field, and Offaly will be well advised to give the ball to Grace Tehan as much as they can. Grace Tehan with the ball outside the 45-metre line, on the move, turns inside, should be another score for Offaly, and it's not. It's gone to the right and wide. I teed her up there, but not to be.
Yeah, and a lovely bit of play. She kind of showed Laura Doyle one side, and she spun very, very quickly inside. It should have been a score for Grace Tehan, but just maybe that last score giving Offaly a little bit of a lift, but they need to be a little bit clever and put, as he said, the press on Cork that little bit earlier, and they've done it here now again. Even
though Cork lead by 2 points, Offaly are getting plenty of chances in this game. 4-0 against them on the wide count. Clodagh Lee trying to find a way, but the Cork half back line are really putting in the stops there and putting in the blocks to take the ball, as they've done there again, out to the 65-metre line, and Cork are on the move the far side of the field towards the goal on the left hand side of the field, leading this All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie semi-final, sponsored by Glen Dimplex here in the Camogie Association YouTube page in association with Entray. Play breaks down as an Offaly player gone to ground. Cleano Callahan trying to take possession for Cork, and she moves towards the 45-metre line. The referee hasn't felt the need to stop the play. She gives the pass off for Lauren Holman, and the handle's been held. The advantage is given. She won't need the free. The ball goes over the bar. Will go back for the injury. Another bit of skill from Lauren Holman. 5 points to 2.
Yeah, 4 points from Lauren Holman. If you're Offaly management, are going to have to do something about her. She's just obviously someone that they would have been targeting down, but it's not working at the minute. So you either cut off the opportunity that Lauren Holman has been able to get onto, or you go tighter in the marking situation. Offaly, a little bit of concern there. I see Amy Byrne looks like she's picked up a bit of a rap on the knuckles there. I don't know whether that was in trying to stop Lauren Holman, and they've also got an injury. I think it's their number 8, Faye Mulrooney, that's receiving attention. But Offaly need to get a grip on Lauren Holman.
Yeah, and of course, Killian, it's a good question there as we keep an eye on Faye Mulrooney, a Féile Skills winner back in 2018. But I'm just looking at the team that played against me 2 weeks ago, which was the team that was announced for this game. Has the decision there to shuffle the deck to try and curtail Lauren Holman backfired?
Well, at the minute she's owning one half of Tom Simple's field anyway. There's no question about it. She seems popping up left and right, and her teammates are finding her, but she's also been left in a little bit of space, and to me too much space, Darren. So you either get your whoever the marker is to be marking her a little bit closer, or you get your half back line to stand that little bit more into the space. But Cork are, I notice on occasion, Darren, seem to be a fluid movement of positions, definitely in the forwards anyway, and like we're seeing numbers popping up all over the place now at the minute for them, and I think that's causing a little bit of a problem for Offaly here.
Yeah, actually I think it might have been Ellen Regan there, Killian, that received that knock on that occasion. She looks in a bit of discomfort, but she's fit to go again, but she's been pushed up the field in towards the attack. The Offaly number 6 now will be a bit of concern because she's been very busy in the early stages for them. Faye Mulrooney wins the ball for Offaly, sends it down in towards the attack. An opportunity for Becky Bryant perhaps to try and create a goal scoring opportunity for them and get them back into the game. Gets away from Aoife Barrett. Decides we should have to go for a shot, but the Cork stick came in there to take the sting out of the shot, and it falls into the goalkeeper Ciara Hurley, and she shows the composure to send it out towards Emma Flanagan, and Emma Flanagan down the left, and all of a sudden Cork are finding space very, very easy here in Semple Stadium. Laura Doyle committed the sin of holding the hurl out towards the opposing player. However, she's managed to win it back, even she lost her hurl at the moment. Ellen Regan there, but hard to know exactly where she is at the moment in regards to the knock she took there a few minutes ago. Hopefully she can shake it off and get herself back up and running. Touch along the ground there by Orla Phelan for Offaly. This is Fianna Dooley. Fianna Dooley trying to get away, create a bit of space and send it in towards Becky Bryant again. Becky Bryant, Aoife Barrett will stay tight to her all afternoon. Nearly 18 minutes gone in this game. It's Cork 5 points, Offaly 2, and Aoife Barrett wins the battle again. Cork will have done their homework after seeing Bryant score 2-2 in the game against Meath. Out towards the middle of the field, back in defence of Del Sheehan to help out, find the teammate, and Cork launch it down again towards the other end of the field, and this might work out nicely here now for Niamh O'Regan, but Niamh O'Regan loses out. Offaly take the ball, but Amy Byrne just couldn't hold on to it, goes out over the line the far side of the field, and it'll be a Cork ball.
Yeah, and again, Offaly just dilly-dallying with it down here, Darren, and not taking opportunity, and Cork are being a little bit more clinical and sure about themselves, and here's a chance possibly.
Cleano Callahan sent the ball across. 2 Cork players missed out, and Offaly will say thank you very much with relief as they get the ball out the the field in towards the attack, and this is a chance for Offaly to really do a 2-point swing on this occasion, and it's the shot by Grace Tehan, but not to be. The radar is just off for Offaly's key players at the moment. 19 minutes gone. It is 5 wides for them, and they're 5 wides that they will feel at half time, because if the wind picks up here again, it's died down at the moment, it has to be said, but if it picks up again in the second half, it is going to favour Cork, as Laura Doyle sends the ball down the field, but it's going to be returned very, very quickly. And Offaly, you can see the tactic, it's to get it to the number 15 playing a full forward, but the Cork number 2 is relishing her role. It goes out over the line, it's going to be an Offaly ball.
Yeah, Aoife Bard playing a fine game here at the minute. Again, just curious as to what Offaly are actually doing. Again, struggling to catch fire here, and I would imagine, David Sullivan be asking a little bit of a lift here. They need to get a run of scores here, Darren, or something. Keep the ball down this end. I just find Cork are getting out way too easy. When you consider Cork are playing into a very strong breeze, Offaly are just making it that little bit too easy for them.
Yeah, we did see in the opening game that we broadcast here today, there's a similar situation with Kilkenny, and then they got a kick in the final 10 minutes of the half. Offaly need to do something quickly, but Cork are a different kettle of fish as Offaly try and take possession there, and that is Ellen Regan pushed into the attack there. Long ball across, well, this might be one for Mairead Jennings in the yellow helmet, and she just didn't get on that there at the moment. Becky Bryant is in the hole there waiting for the space, so is Grace Tehan. She has options, but you can see the 2 Cork defenders are just getting right in there, making sure she's no time to breathe or think, let alone offload the ball to a teammate. The referee eventually blows the whistle for the free. She worked hard there. It was Grace Tehan that won the free in the end, but Mairead Jennings there first. She just needed a half a second to offload the ball.
Yeah, Maeve de Burka did very well there in just in all of that battle, but credit Grace Tehan. At least, you need your leaders on the field, and Tian, obviously well-established leader with Offaly Camogie team, got in there and won a ball I don't think she deserved to win, Darren, and opportunity here now, again, to narrow the gap.
Clodagh Leahy to take the free to the left of the D. She puts this over, brings it back to a 2-point ball game. Offaly just trying to keep themselves in it until they find a way to unlock Cork. Takes the free, the ball goes over the bar. 21 minutes gone in the game, it's 3 points to 5.
Yeah, and despite, I suppose, and the Offaly people might be telling us that we're being a bit down on Offaly. It's only a 2-point game after all of that, but we still feel they should be doing better, and at least 4 of the 5 wides, Darren, should have been scores.
Offaly were a senior team in 2023, a senior team indeed for the last 13 years after they won the All-Ireland Intermediate Championship in 2010. They lost it down in the relegation final by 112 to 6 points last year, seeing their return to the intermediate ranks, but there's lots of change in personnel. High challenge there by Emma Flanagan. She could be in trouble.
Yeah.
And left a hurl out there as well. Offaly will have a free.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Emma Flanagan, 2 hands in the hurl. They looked like they were driven high upwards. Lucky lady, it's only yellow. Some referees could take a harsh look at that, because the Offaly player was coming on a bit of a run. It is a yellow card for her, but I thought she left the hurl very, very high into the attacking player that was coming on there.
Yeah, it was Grace Tehan, the attacking player, but it was a very reckless one. In the Cork number 4, I have to say, has had a great game so far. She's, of course, won a big ball there that led to a massive Cork score at the other end of the field, and has been in there making life difficult for Offaly, but she left the hurl out there very dangerously, and now will be on tender hooks for the rest of the game. Grace Tehan wins the free. Clodagh Leahy is going to take this, and this is an opportunity, and all of a sudden Offaly could be back to just 1 point behind if this goes over the bar, despite the chances that they have left behind. As Killian said, we might have sounded down in Offaly, but after the start they had against Meath the last day, we were expecting more from them with the wind. Clodagh Leahy takes the free, puts the ball over the bar. 23 minutes gone in this game. It's a 1 point ball game, Killian. 4 points to 5.
Game. Yeah, similar again. It's funny how the previous game they're mirroring each other here that little bit with the scenario. Offaly have got 2 on the bounce. That's what happened for Kilkenny. They got 2 on the bounce. Next thing they found a goal, and they were going in leading at half time by 4 points. So Offaly have turned over the puck out here again, coming on the charge here.
Yeah, tipped the ball down to Becky Bryant again. It might work out for this occasion, but 3 Cork players around her. Was sent in by Grace Tehan after good work by Ciara Ryan, but Becky Bryant, she's won the free. She's worked her hard. And you have to say one thing, Gillian, these Offaly players, they will keep going, despite the best efforts of the extra numbers from Cork to stop them. Yeah,
and Becky Bryant, though, using some of her physical ability and prowess or whatever, got in down over the ball, and one, obviously say a dirty ball, kept it alive, and then drew the free, and now here we are, Claude Leahy, 3 in a row, 21-23, and it looks like the 24th minute, and it's a draw game all of a sudden.
Yeah, it'll be her 4th score of the game. She puts this over the bar, but Key will be level for the 2nd time, and after the way the Cork ran into a 4-1 and 5-2 advantage, Offaly are just creeping back into this game. Claude Leahy with the free, the umpire goes for the white flag, the ball has gone over the bar. You can hear the Offaly roar at the far side of the field. What a year it's been for Offaly in the small ball game with their young hurlers winning All-Ireland success at under 20 level, and now the Camogie team hoping to make to an All-Ireland final as well. Becky Bright wins that free, it's 5 points apiece, and out the middle of the field, Laura Doyle there takes possession for Cork and moves down the left hand side, tries to turn inside of Lana Roddy. She's gained the yards, gives the pass, she's got a bit too much on it to give it to Laura Buttermore, but it still lands with the teammate from the Cloughdove club. Sent it forward towards Lauren Holman and looks for a player out to the left hand side of the field. Cork just springing those passes well, but they're springing them a bit too hard as well. Tara McCarthy wears the number 8. Offaly starting to get their awareness here in check, and it's back with Cork actually on this particular occasion. It's going to be Del Sheehan across the field as well. The ball moving very, very quickly. This is Niamh O'Regan. Niamh O'Regan trying to get it in range for the shot. Good defending by Offaly. The ball goes out wide, first wide to Cork, but we have to credit the Offaly defence.
Yeah, you got to credit them there on that occasion. They probably stepped up there, and they're probably getting a little bit of a lift from what they see down the field, that now they're back level in the game. Just a little bit more tenacity there, and block down what should have been a certain score.
Orla Gorman launches a long one down for Offaly, hoping to find Grace Team, but it comes to Becky Bryant. The first time she's managed to get away, well, not the first time, but first time she's had a few options there without Cork closing her down. Here. Grace T in there, chance there, there's a player to the right if she wants to use her. Grace T might back her there with a shot. It's gone over the bar. She might have played it off to Ellen Regan, not to be, but Grace Tehan gets the score. Offaly go in front.
That should have been a goal, Darren. I think when you consider the position that Offaly have been in, I know they take the score, they're gone in front now, but that was a 2-on-1 situation. She could even have brought it another 4 or 5 yards and tapped the ball even into the net if she wasn't going to play it across.
Yeah, the instinct took over there, but I do agree she might have been better served by using the Offaly number 6 as well to get a bigger score, but Offaly have the score. They lead this game for just the second time. They did get the opening score of the game from a Claude Leahy free. It's Offaly 6 points, it's Cork 5. Lauren Holman with possession and was fouled in the process, and Cork will get a chance to hit back straight away and get themselves back on level terms. Cork lost the All-Ireland Intermediate Final in 2022 to Galway. Last year they were beaten by Meath in the quarter-final by 3-11 to 1-11, but there's a good crew of Cork players coming through their various different teams at the moment, and this is a strong second team to have beaten Westmeath, Offaly, Clare, Wexford, and 3-17 to 9 points. They beat Galway 3 weeks ago in their final group game. Lauren Holman to take the free for Cork, puts it over the bar. 26 minutes gone. We're level again at 6 points apiece.
Yeah, in Cork, because they got that lead, were able to establish themselves, and Offaly have had to fight hard to get up that hill a little bit and get in front, but they've left themselves open in that kind of scenario that Cork have been able to bounce back, and you leave that scenario for Lauren Home and she's going to take them.
If Cork win this game, they'll qualify for the All-Ireland Intermediate Final for the 12th time. Avril Cashman with possession sends the ball in towards the attack. A lot of 50-50 balls here, but this worked out for Lauren Holman, and Lauren Holman moving inside, chance a shot, and I don't know where it is.
It's in the net. Lauren Holman got the final touch.
Lauren Holman got the touch in the end. The first ball seemed to just trickle around the place, but the second goes in the back of the net. Cork have their goal. It comes from Lauren Holman.
And there's no point in Offaly player going and giving the nudge to Lauren Holman after she's put the ball in the back of the net. She should have got the nudge before she nudged the ball into the back of the net. Credit Lauren Holman. Again, as you just said, she seems to know one thing, Darren, that's head for the goals. And there's, after all the work Offaly have done, now they have to come up the hill again.
Yeah, Offaly spent 11 minutes getting themselves into a leading position again, and all of a sudden they're 3 points behind, and it could get worse here now because Cork are on the move here again. Number 13 is Niamh O'Regan, gets near the goal. Offaly manages to clear it away, but Del Sheehan should win the race with that ball. The referee has spotted a free. Cork are going to get a point out of this and go 4 in front.
That's just criminal, I have to say. When you consider the scenario, just after conceding a point that got the game level, puck out didn't go right, Cork come back in to force a goal, and you puck the ball out into a scenario where Cork had numbers again and to turn it over and come back in on top. Criminal play, I have to say, by Offaly. When you consider how hard they had to work down to get in front, 6 points to 5 to do, and they've just coughed up now 1-2 in the space of 2 minutes.
Yeah, and of course the key thing as well, and what made it difficult to see that ball when it initially had it touches the The low setting sun is coming into the left. Cork are not just playing against the wind, it's picking up again. They are also playing against that sun, which makes it difficult to see. Obviously, he caught out the Offaly defenders in that occasion. Lauren Holman getting ready to take this free. You'd imagine it'd be bread and butter. She takes the free. She puts the ball over the bar. 29 minutes gone in this game. It is now Cork 1-7. Offaly 6 points. Only a fool would rule Offaly out of the game at this early stage. But, you know, they're not making life easy for themselves.
No, absolutely not. Like, you're after conceding, I said, darn 1-2. A goal in 28, another free in 29, and I think all three of them could have been cancelled out.
Amy Byrne with possession after the pass from Orla Phelan. Sends it down. Can Becky Bryant get away here? And a chance with the ball just bounces away. And Ciara Hurley, the Cork goalkeeper, could tell very, very quickly that one was probably unlucky for Offaly, the way he just spinned off the ground out to the right and wide, but it's still a 6 wide nonetheless.
I still don't understand Offaly's play here, Darren, because, you know, with the wind, I think they're just too far out the field in effort to be supporting then the players that are ultimately inside.
But the Offaly tactic, Killian, is very simple. They're trying to get Becky Bryant in the ball after the exploit she did last day, but she's clearly struggling against Aoife Barrett, and they need more options, and you would feel that they need to be involved in Fianna Dooley or Marie Jennings much more in this. Yeah,
because there's a huge amount of space down from the 45 into the 20 metre line. I can understand what you're getting at, the tactic, but then there needs to be someone bursting at pace, at least two players coming from the 45 metres out to be able to get on the support. And now you're looking back at maybe that Grace Teahan chance. If she put the ball in the back of the net, could be a different kind of scenario.
It will be considered a turning point at this stage of the game. We're going to have 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half of this Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. Offaly do have a free. It's taken by Clodagh Leahy. Just wants to get a score to keep them going. The umpire goes for the white flag and it goes over the bar. It brings it back to a 3-point ball game. An important score for Offaly. You would feel they need another one at least, Killian, before the break.
Yeah, but they shouldn't, as I said, Darren, they shouldn't be in this situation as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, look, it's a score. It keeps it within one score, and again the press should be on the puck out here, especially with Cork having to play into that breeze.
We'll see what happens here now at the moment. An Offaly player does manage to get, looks like Faye Mulrooney will move down towards the right hand side, turns on her left, looks for options again. It's been sent in towards the full forward Becky Bryant. This time the break works out nicely for Grace Teahan, catching it away. The jersey was pulled, gives it back to Becky. Becky will take the point, puts it, he come off the upright. We'll go back for the free nonetheless. I was reaching down to write the note. I assumed he gone over the bar. The woodwork got in the way, but Offaly will get another chance.
Yeah, we saw that in the first game as well, something similar to coming towards the end of the first half, but here you have a chance so that Offaly could bring it back. Will they get another opportunity? I would imagine they will from the puck out here, and a chance to make it a 2-point game. Clodagh Leahy, I have to say, I'm very impressed with her marksmanship. Very impressive ball striker. But she, this is going to be her 6th point at the first half. That would be a worry, I think, from Donny Daly, that the Cork backs have, committed the scenario that she's been able to knock over 6 points here.
Yeah, Clodagh Leahy won a minor B club title back in 2021 with Lusman Drumcullen, puts her 6th score over the bar, and it's now 1-7 to 8 points. Interesting with Grace Teahan there as well. I believe she's involved in about 3 or 4 assists for Offaly, as well as the 2 points that she has gotten in this game. The puck out is taking place. Probably the last attack of the first half. Will it lead to a score for Cork or for Offaly? We will see. But Cork have possession at the moment, but they had possession. They've lost out. Amy Byrne takes the ball back, gives the pass inside, and the referee, Carol Collins, blows the half-time whistle. 2-point ball game favouring Cork. Killian Whelan, your overall thoughts in the first half?
Look, Cork have done very, very well into that strong breeze that's coming from the Killeen end. That's over to our left hand side. We were down on the pitch at full time in the other game, and it does definitely have an impact, and it had an impact on the previous game that obviously went to extra time, and whoever had the wind, it definitely factored on how dominant they were. It hasn't proven that case here in the first half of this game with Offaly. I just think they haven't been as on it as Cork have been. They're still only within 2 points, and again I'm fearing that Offaly people that might be watching the broadcast here are going to say that we're down on them, but I just think their overall use of the ball hasn't been good, and now they're facing into a wind that will ask an awful lot of them. Now, maybe they'll work better against it. Maybe, as you said, they'll have to try out a different opportunity, Darren, and trying to get Becky Bryant on it. They'll have to go through the hands a little bit better, and that will be obviously a factor. in that stages, but Offaly are just giving themselves so much to do. They've had to come up the mountain so many times here. So, like, I just would be concerned that Offaly have so much to do here, because Cork, it's come a little bit easier for them. However, if Offaly get to grips with Lauren Homan, then, well, where's the other scores going to come from Cork? But, I think David Sullivan and his crew there have to work something out. They've got to get better use of the ball themselves and control Lauren Homan.
Yeah, Lauren Homan has scored 1-6 of Cork's 1-7. That's the difference between the teams. Offaly have to deal with that as well. Also, the 6 wides, they're against the sun and the wind in the second half. But look, it's all to play for. And the wind and the sun never won a game of Camogie, and it won't win one here today. Who will qualify for Croke Park, take the final spot? Well, we have 30 more minutes to find out. Come back to us in about 5-10 minutes for live coverage of the second half of this Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. The half-time score, Cork lead by 2 points. It's Cork 1-7, Offaly 8 points. Good evening, thank you very much and welcome back here to FBD Semple Stadium as we get ready for the start of the second half of our second Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final here. It's Cork who lead Offaly at half-time by 1-7 to 8 points. Cork are back in the field of play. No sign of Offaly just yet. No surprise really, Killian Whelan, who joins myself, Darren Kelly, here in the commentary box. We've talked about it during the commentary. The wind, the sun, they all favour Cork, but you did make a good point there. Lauren Homan, if Offaly can deal with her and get more accurate with their shooting, this game is still very much alive.
Yeah, well, you mentioned there that the fact that Amy Byrne was brought into the team because of an injury to Anya O'Connor. I wonder, was it by default really that she was picking up Lauren Homan, or was it by design? It's hard. Like when you see that Lauren Homan has obviously scored 1-6 at a 1-7 and has caused Offaly all sorts of problems. That tactic, if it was a tactic, hasn't worked. So they're going to obviously have to have a change of plan for the second half. I think Offaly have enough experience. There's no question about it with the likes of Grace Tehan, Maria Jennings, Becky Bryant. That they have a fight about them to be able to make it to Croke Park. But they're just giving themselves too much to do. And I'd imagine David Sullivan is, having words with them. I don't think they've played it at full tilt at all, Darren. I would imagine maybe the dressing room walls got a little bit of a shake there at half time.
Yeah, I'm just listening to the changes there. Yeah, so Lana Roddy and Marie Jennings have gone off the field to play there, Killian. Sorry about that. Caitlin Kennedy, number 18, and Anya O'Connor, number 14, are on the field to play for Offaly. 2 changes for them. You can see the pep in the step there as they came out for the second half. The ball is thrown in. The game is on. Cork attacking the goal to the right. For those of you watching us here in the Camogie Association YouTube channel in association with Entry and Offaly, you would feel just needs to get 1 or 2 scores, put some doubt in at the start of the second half. Anya O'Connor sends the ball down towards the attack, trying to get it in to Becky Bryant there as well, but the Cork defender is just coming out at the moment and it's a scramble for possession. Cork have the ball again. Aoife Barrett, the player, working hard. She wins the foul on that occasion and it's going to be a free out for Cork and it'll be a chance for Aoife Barrett to just restart the action. She's had a good game for them.
Yeah, she has. A big call there, you'd have to say, by David Sullivan, to take off Alana Roddy and Maria Jennings all on the left side, and 2 players obviously that have been key over the years for Offaly. It's a big call for them to make.
Clodagh Lee has been key for Offaly in this game so far. A bit of an ambitious pass towards Ciara Ryan, well read again by the Cork defender to cut out that. I think it was Aoife Barrett again who stepped up to get in the way there. Olivia McCallan trying to clear it for the Rebelettes, and the ball goes down the right hand flank. Eventually they gain the yards and Offaly have the player back through Amy Byrne, but Amy Byrne is up against 2 players as Offaly haven't tracked back quick enough and Cork have a chance for a score. Niamh O'Regan, the player to take the shot, is going to be close, but it's going to fall to the right and wide.
Again, that ball hopped there. It shouldn't hop first. Amy Byrne then miscontrolled it. Cork were onto it like a light, and it could have been and should have been a score for Cork. Again, just feel Offaly got to get to the pitch of it here, Darren, and very, very quickly. Lauren
Holman with 1-6 is Cork's top scorer. A point for Cleena Dooley. We'll run through the Offaly scores in a moment because Grace Tehan is on the move for them. She scored 2 in this game so far. Gets within range. A little touch from the Cork defender. Knocks the ball out to the left, but Grace Tehan will have another go. And it falls in towards the house. Nobody from Offaly was there. And the Cork players again just reading the breaking ball that much better. It goes out for a sideline ball. 6 frees in the game for Clodagh Lee. 2 points in play from Grace Tehan. But again, another opportunity goes a begging.
Yeah, Emma Flanagan read that quite well, and then I think misconnected there as she went to clear that ball and it's over the line. Chance for Offaly to keep it down this end of the field, but as I said, have a bit of a mountain to climb, taking on that wind, a breeze, a significant breeze that is coming from the Killian end. It looks on occasion that it's dropped, but there's no question about it, it's still there and having an impact.
Clodagh Lee sends the ball in towards the direction of Becky Bryant. Can she get her hands in that there? Looks like Emma Flanagan is marking her at the moment. Grace Tehan might have another goal. Takes the ball into space, tries to turn inside. Grace Tehan does well to create the opportunity. Will be disappointed with the connection in the end. Into the hands of Ciara Hurley to be blocked down the clearance. The danger not averted yet. Offaly might have another go in this game. The referee walking up to get a better view of the action. The ball is kicked out and Cork have spared their blushes on that occasion and bring the ball out towards the 45-metre line. But the referee says says too many steps against the Cork defender. She gave the referee a glare. Offaly will get the free and a chance to bring it back to a 1 point ball game.
Yeah, but that's what, there needs to be a bit of urgency in their play, Darren. That's been calling the whole game, and it is, conditions ever won you anything, but it is a bit more difficult facing into that dropping sun now, facing into that breeze. But a little bit of tenacity there, blocking down the keeper's original puck out, and then turning that ball over. A chance here to get within 1 point.
Yeah, Laura Doyle, the player guilty of the steps. Clodagh Leahy looking for her magnificent 7th score of this game. Can she put this over the bar? 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. No further scores yet, but Clodagh Leahy puts the ball over the bar. Offaly are not gone yet. They get the score. It's a 1 point ball game. It's Offaly 9 points, Cork 1-7.
Yeah, got to keep putting on the pressure here now. That's because, as we have seen, there's no point letting Cork come back down the field and put a point on the bar and then keep driving on, because Cork, don't forget, have the wind, and they could very easily put pressure on the Offaly puck out and turn scores over very quickly.
Interesting, Clodagh Leahy didn't even score when Offaly played Cork earlier in the season. Offaly losing that game 111 to 15 points. Their top scorer on that day was Mairead Jennings, and she's gone off the field to play at half-time in this particular contest. Faye Maroney did score 1-1. She's still in the field to play, and she has the ball in her hands at the moment inside the 45-metre line and sends a good ball, as Killian said, down in the direction. A bit of hesitation there, but Offaly are still good moving, pushing forward with this, and it's Ellen Regan playing an attacking role. Gives the pass over Becky Bryant, the chance she'd be looking for. Goes for the shot. She tried to place it.
I think she went for that top corner.
She did. She tried to place it into the top corner, but the ball went away from her. We were right in view of it here in the commentary box. She probably would have been better advised to hit it low and hard. She tried to place it. The score didn't come.
And even had time, I think, Darren, to push into a little bit of space there. So, again, I just think some of the Offaly decision making has been poor in key scenarios on the field of play.
Yeah, the big opportunities there, that really called for a low drive, and it would have at least tested the goalkeeper at the very, very least. Cork still lead this game by a point. They haven't got going in the second half, it has to be said. Lauren Homan got 10 points when Cork beat Offaly in the group stages earlier this season. She's only 1 point off that tally at the moment here. She's won 6 already. Becky Bryant has the ball, and it's blocked down again. You can just see the Cork defenders, they chase everything down. The pass comes out towards the left hand side to Grace Teahan. Grace Teahan just trying to get on her feet. The referee allows play to continue on, and Cork Hunting and Packs have won the ball back, and they move it out towards the field, but it'll come to Clodagh Leahy. She hasn't scored from play yet. She goes to the ground. She wins the free. She'll get another opportunity, and you would feel after this she will equalise the game.
Yeah, Edel Sheehan, the boss of the hurl was up a little bit high, and with the sun in her eyes and whatever, Clodagh Leahy didn't see it. The yellow card has been given to Edel Sheehan. It should be the levelling game, but a little bit more of tenacity out of Offaly there in the last couple of minutes, and they just need to keep plugging away here.
Yeah, but again, the scores are not coming at the rate that they need, you would feel. That being said, if this goes over the bar when Clodagh Leahy is okay to get on her feet, the sides will be level for just the 4th time in this match. We had extra time in the opening game here in FBD Semple Stadium in Thurles. If you're only joining us, Kilkenny beating Kerry by 214 to 212 after 80 plus minutes of Camogie. I wouldn't be one bit surprised if the floodlights do come on here on a summer's evening and we get another extra 20 minutes of Camogie.
You plan to be here till midnight? Yeah.
Well, I've already texted my wife to say I'm not coming home early tonight anyway, Killian. That's all I can say. As Clodagh Leahy thankfully is on her feet, and she will go for this fray, and this is an important one. They're all important, I know, but this will be an important one after the momentum going there just to get back in level terms. Often the hardest score to get in any particular game, but Clodagh Leahy on her young shoulders rests her county as she gets ready to take the free about 50 yards out from the goal.
Cork getting ready. Emer Dignan, it looks like, to come in, number 20.
Emer Dignan getting ready. We watched Clodagh Leahy take the free. She took her time. She knew it was important, and she has missed it not to be. And again, another chance. If you're an Offaly supporter, another chance going a begging 8 wides for them.
Yeah, it won't be too hard on that one, because that was probably the hardest free she's had to take, and it's definitely, as I said, into that breeze. But Offaly got to be a bit clever, and probably are. Lauren Homan hasn't really felt the weight of the ball in this second half, and that's probably one plus for Offaly. But again, got to take it on here. Yeah,
most of the play's been on the left hand side. Here's Fianna Dooley. Fianna Dooley getting within range, and again the little touch there. Snapshot by Anya O'Connor. She didn't put it on target, and Emma Flanagan was there to block it out. Offaly are still coming back in again, and Cork in defence after how slick they looked, especially in the opening quarter, are making hard work of some of these. But Offaly she'll be asking more questions. Anya O'Connor's shot, I don't think, was on target for the goal, and when it kind of was going more across. That being said, maybe she was hoping somebody would come in. Emma Flanagan again getting in the way of an opportunity.
Yeah, like, darn, there was 2 mishits there in that from like I just feel, are they extremely nervous or something like that? It's just their connection at certain time there. That ball should have been a point. It dropped short, and then the connection for Anya O'Connor didn't go in the direction of the goal.
Clodagh Leahy takes the sideline cut in towards the goal, but the red jerseys are back to deal with that, and it's cleared out the field, and another scoring chance goes for Offaly. We've talked so much about the chances Offaly are leaving behind. You'd imagine there's a massive difference between them, but it's just the 1 point. Del Sheehan, the shoulder came in the back from Faye Mulrooney, so it's going to be a free, but we're going to have a hold up in play. I'm surprised the referee didn't have a chat with the Offaly player, but either way, Del Sheehan, who enjoyed failure success back in 2019, is on the ground, and this would be a chance, you would feel. I imagine Lauren Holman might come out and have a go at this, Killian.
Yeah, you would think of someone of her prowess anyway would, and I think she is on the way here, taking her time and having a pot at this as we head 39 minutes gone. Again, it's a game that's, second half hasn't really caught fire, Darren. No. And I think, Cork feel if they can keep Offaly at arm's length, they'll get over the line here, so that's why I just think Offaly needs some of their leaders here to step up a bit.
Yeah, Lauren Holman, she went to Clonroe National School back when she honed her skills as a child, studied business in MIT, and if she puts this over the bar, she'll bring her personal tally in this game to double digits. Cork, as Killian just said, haven't really got going in the second half so far, nearly 10 minutes gone, but they still hold their advantage in this Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. Hoping, as I said, to get to a 12th final. They've won the competition on 4 occasions. 2000 was the first, 2018 was the last. Lauren Holman takes the free for them. It looks good. The umpire goes for the white flag, puts the ball over the bar. 10 minutes gone in the second half. It's Cork 1-8, Offaly 9 points.
I have to get a hold of that file of facts where you're getting all these infos on these players, but again, Lauren Holman, with the ability that she has, fully expected her to put that ball over the bar. 2-point game. Offaly have to keep coming again here.
Offaly on the move again. When they have started the second half with intent, you have to give them that, even if they're making hard work of counting it on the scoreboard. Clean O'Callaghan wins the ball for Cork, and she goes in the move inside the 65-metre line. A flick there by Offaly. They win the ball back. There's an Offaly player on the ground, not on her feet yet. She's back on her feet now. Let's go back to the action here in front of you on the camera. 2 players going to battle. One of them is Olivia McCallan of Cork. The other is Ciara Ryan of Offaly. A bit of indecision there from Aaron Hoggies, who exactly has this ball. He's indicating it's going to be a Cork ball, and the referee agrees, and Cork will restart the action through their Sarsfield centre-back in Olivia McCallan. Well, that's what we thought was going to happen. The referee's coming in. The change is happening anyway, Killian, as you said. Emer Dignan coming on the field of play, and she replaces Tara McCarthy. Yeah, Tara McCarthy coming on. I thought there was a bit of mix up there. I think Aaron wasn't particularly sure on the line here, but the decision ultimately was rested with Carol Collins, and he did change for Cork, who obviously feel they're just losing a little bit of grip around the middle there with that change with number 20 Emer Dignan, then from Mallow coming in for Tara McCarthy of Glen Rovers. On the move here, Steve O'Regan down the right hand side. She got 2 points against Offaly when they met in the group stages, but good work by Cathy Fogarty, the Offaly fullback, to get a touch in there and hold up the momentum on the 20-metre line. Comes out the field there, players coming in, but nobody managing to pick the ball up. It gradually moves out the field as well, but it's back with Lauren Holman. Lauren Holman just needs to get the ball in hand. A drop there by Del Sheehan. Cork still have possession again. This is Olivia McCallan. Gets within range is Olivia McCallan. Well, you have to applaud that score. Olivia McCallan, I thought she'd lost the momentum for a moment, but she gained the yards. Good work, good recovery by Del Sheehan, good work by Lauren Holman, but Olivia McCallan gets her first, 199 points. Yeah, and that wipes out now anything that Offaly have done, This is the problem. This is the kind of the mess that they got themselves into in the first half, Darren, and it was always going to be tough. And Cork are just, now all of a sudden woken up a little bit because they've got the ball down this end of the field. Offaly are struggling to get on it. Here's an opportunity now for Cork, and they could go at 3 in front. Yeah, Clean O'Callaghan, the player that has a goal, but it goes across the goal and wide. Cork operate, I think, at about a 75% efficiency rate, but Offaly's efficiency rate is less than 50%. That's really the difference between them. The substitution has taken place. Gráinne Kennedy. She's coming on the field to play for Offaly. She's replacing Ciara Ryan. So Gráinne Kennedy will take her place in the Offaly attack. What difference can she make in this game? Can she turn this around in favour of the faithful county?
I'd imagine David Sullivan and the lads down there are pulling their hair out. They're trying, I would imagine, everything. There's been a few positional switches. Now they've brought on a sub, looking for something to generate the players out there to get going, because at the moment, like, it's Offaly just making it so hard on themselves.
Well, one thing there, as I was just looking at my notes there about Gráinne Kennedy in their last two championship games against Westmeath and Meath, she has come off the bench. As we watch this effort first, I'll tell you that story in a minute, because it's Emer Dignan has put the ball over the bar out the far side of the field, and Cork go 4 points in front, 110 to 9 points.
Yeah, you never thought you'd see a Dignan drive a stake through the heart of an Offaly person, but that's what's happened. The name of Dignan from Cork, though, from Mallow, has put a fantastic score over the bar. Emer Dignan not long on the field to play. Lovely score from her.
Cork 110, Offaly 9 points. A big score there. I was going to say about Gráinne Kennedy. She came off the bench against Westmeath. She scored 1-1. She came off the bench against Meath. She scored 1-1. Offaly will be hoping she can do a 3 in a row and come off the bench in this game and get another 1-1. If she got 1-1 now, it would level the teams. We're not far off the 3-quarter mark in this Glen Dimplex Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. Cork 110, Offaly 9 points. Are Cork going to send a second team to Croke Park just 2 years after they last did that back in 2022, when unfortunately for them on the day they lost both All-Ireland finals, Galway in the intermediate, Kilkenny in the senior. The free given there for the missed time tackle by Faye Mulrooney on Laura Buttimer, and the referee might be having a chat with Faye Mulrooney there now. Well, either way, it's going to be a Cork free. Just says settle it down there. There's been a couple of missed timed challenges on this occasion, and Lauren Holman will come out to her own 65-metre line. Her team 4 points in front. But Killian, as we wait there, you made a very, very good point. Offaly spent 10 minutes working so hard to gain 1 point. In less than 4 minutes, Cork come down and hit 3.
And would you bet against this woman putting it over the bar from our own 65? This is now, I think, 1 foot in the final if this goes over the bar, and it's going to drop short. But Offaly are in a bit of bother here, Darren, and something has to happen quickly. Yeah, they're giving everything there at the moment. Here comes Emer Dignan again to go for the shot. Another score just like that. What an impact she is having in this All-Ireland semi-final. Another score for her. It's Cork 111, Offaly 9 points. I've used the Dignan name already, Darren, but if you were thinking that Dignan was going to come on the field to be reading, it'd be a shot in the arm for an Offaly team. She's come on with some shot in the arm. That's what Offaly needed. Cork have got it from her coming off the bench. 2 points in quick succession, and it's starting to drift away now from Offaly here with 15 minutes to go. Clodagh Leahy, though, is working hard in the middle of the field. She's doing everything she can to inspire this Offaly team as she tries to send the ball down in the direction of Anya O'Connor. Teammate is there in possession. That is Grace Tehan. Grace Tehan was pulled in the process, and it will be a free in for Offaly, and just a chance to get a score, get settled down again. We're inside the final quarter. They need much more than that, but it's important to put this over first and foremost. Yeah, Offaly look like they're going to bring on Deirdre Cashin down there. With the looks of things, this ball needs to go over the bar, and again I would think you need to win the puck out, Darren. Any small little victories now at this stage, but you're getting into a scenario here with Offaly. They're going to need a goal to win this game. They are going to need a goal to win this game. They have got a goal, at least one goal in every game they have played in the championship this year. They got 5 against Meath the last day, 2 against Westmeath beforehand, 1 against Galway, 3 against Wexford, 1 each against Cork and Clare. Clodagh Leahy takes the free, puts the ball over the bar in the 47th minute of this game, brings it back to a 4-point ball game. Offaly will still believe. They'll still believe they can turn this around. They'll be disappointed with their performance. There's no doubt about that, but they're still in the contest as Ciara Hurley restarts the action for Cork, sends it down the field in the direction of Edel Sheehan. She wears number 12, but it's won by Amy Byrne for Offaly. Took a hook there from Cliona O'Callaghan, but gained a few yards and follows through herself. Good play there by Amy from the Lusma Drumcullen club, but Cork turned the ball around. Avril Cashman was the player that won it there first, found Laura Doyle on the move, and now Laura comes outside the 45-metre line, gives the pass off for Lauren Holman. All you do is give it to Lauren, and it's 0-0 if you're the opponent, because Lauren Holman is on the move there. Pass, she just got
cards have caught between the two players. I believe the intent was the pass to one of the Cork players. I think she caught herself caught between the two of them, and Offaly have got a reprieve on that occasion, but the reprieve might be a short one because Laura Buttimer is on the move here again. Laura Buttimer was on the Cork All-Star Club Team of the Year in 2022 as a centre back. She plays midfield in this game. Grace Teahan takes the ball for Offaly. Player of the match she was against Meath, and it's a bit of end-to-end tennis here at the moment. The 65-metre line, they're all bouncing around the place looking for the ball. Becky Bryan back in defence, wins it for Offaly, sends it down a bit of space here. If this first touch works out the way that Offaly intended to be, and it's on the move here for Offaly. Looks like Fiona Dooney is the player on the move there. Will she go for the shot at the post? It's come off the upright. We're going to go back for the free. The first time in this game, Gillian, that the Cork defence looked very, very exposed. Just unfortunately for Fiona, she didn't manage to get the first touch to take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely, and an opportunity, as I said, that could have got through, but look, the referee, they have an advantage and a chance to get two in a row here.
So we're having a couple of changes there. As you mentioned, Deirdre Cashy, number 16, is coming on for Offaly, and there's a change for Cork as well. And the Cork change is Lucy Allen replacing Edel Sheehan. So that's the two changes there that are taking place at the moment. So one each for both teams. We're back with Clodagh Leahy as she gets ready to take this. 11 and a half minutes to go. Her team. This will bring it back to one puck of the ball. Clodagh Leahy. Just to the right of the D, a good position there. The sun really her only enemy at the moment. She gets ready to take this. Clodagh Leahy, where another score for Offaly, puts the ball over the bar. We are back to a 3-point ball game, and Clodagh Leahy with another score. I believe that is her 9th score of this game. And play restarts with Ciara Hurley, the far side of the field, down the direction of Emer Dignan, but Emer Dignan doesn't win that ball. Offaly take possession back. The pass goes towards Sharon Shanahan, who's pushed up the field a little bit. A positional switch by Offaly, and a touch off Emma Flanagan there. I think it's going to be an Offaly ball, and it'll be a chance for them to try and get another score. And going up there now is Clodagh Leahy. You always wonder, we're guilty in the commentary box of teasing it. Will they go for the 2-pointer? A 2-pointer will be massive in this game, especially if you are an Offaly supporter. Clodagh Leahy getting ready to take this. She's looking for the options there. Will she go full throttle herself or send it in towards the house? She's going to send this in towards the house. Who'll get a touch in this? There was a Cork touch, there's an Offaly touch as well. A chance, a shot by Anya O'Connor. And Anya O'Connor puts the ball over the bar. It's back to a 2-point ball game. 3 in a row for Offaly. They'll keep going till the final whistle. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this game. It's Offaly 112. It's Cork 111. Ciara Hurley with the ball, send a long drive down the field, but it's Amy Byrne that will take this for Offaly. Inside her own 45-metre line, needs to find a teammate. That's a good pass. A pass for Sharon Shanahan. Sharon Shanahan sends the ball in towards the attack, out in the left-hand side of the field, but Gráinne Kennedy didn't see it the first time of asking. The Cork defender takes it the second down, and it's players just trying to get rid of it. Féimal Rooney shows a bit of footwork there, does well, gets the ball into hand, makes the move towards the 45-metre line, runs into the Cork player. Cork regain control through Eva Barrett. She finds a teammate, that's Laura Doyle, and Laura Doyle sends a long ball down the field, but again Offaly, the numbers are light in defensive. Cork can get their hands on this, kick along the ground there, but nobody pushing forward for Cork. The energy levels for both teams no doubt going to take their toll, and of course the half-hour delay would have upset the routine of some as they were trying to get themselves going. Sharon Shanahan moves the ball down towards the attack for Gráinne Kennedy. Gráinne Kennedy, number 19, leaves it for Anya O'Connor. Anya O'Connor, the Grace Teahan. Grace Teahan gets within range, goes for the shot, but again the Cork defending, the little touches, the little hooks, they've had a big difference in this game as Laura Doyle brings the ball out towards the 65-metre line. She'll have the advantage with the free, but Killian again Offaly trying to pull the trigger. A Cork defender just gets a stick in there, doesn't matter where, just enough to take the sting out of any dangerous opportunity.
How many times has Grace Teahan maybe attempted to pull the trigger? I think I count 3 now that she and a Cork player has got anything on it, Darren, to just disrupt the trajectory of the ball and maybe take the spin out of it, and that happened there. Clearly Grace was seen knocking the ball over the bar, make it a 1-point game, but that chance has gone a big one for them.
They're still, though, Offaly refused to go away.
Refused to go away, and credit them. The fight has been there, no question about it. Definitely the last 10 minutes has seen them play a lot better. It's just been very hard to mount that challenge and to believe that you can do it. But look, we're still very much in the melting pot. Anything can happen. Tired legs, limbs, everything out there. Do we dread mention extra time?
Well, we've already made precautions for that by letting people know we could be home late, but we don't mind. As you said to me before we broadcast this second game of our double header here today, where else would you want to be in a Saturday evening? And here, the entertainment has been wonderful in FBD Semple Stadium as Offaly stay in touch in this game. Cork will be disappointed with themselves, Killian, even though their efficiency has been much better. You said earlier on, outside Lauren Holman, scores have been lacking, only 2 or 3 outside of her. Offaly are going to get an opportunity to create a scoring chance that could bring them back to a 1-point ball game.
Donny Daly, I think, would be a bit annoyed with the fact that they do have the conditions in their favour and haven't utilised that. But you probably have to credit Offaly a little bit to grips, and there's another change in the middle of the field, I think, for Cork. It's number 19, Katie Walsh is coming in for Laura Buttimer. So changes afoot, but some of the maybe you'd have to credit Offaly maybe getting to grips with Cork a little bit. Of Cork have not reached the levels that they definitely had in the first half, considering that the elements are with them. I think this is asking a lot of Claudia Lee to point this, but I'm sure she'll give it a hell of a go.
It'll be a real rising score if she got it. 7 minutes to go here. It's 2 points between the teams, and Claudia Lee takes the free. It's going to be close. It's going to drop down there, batted out. Who'll be first to it? There was 3 Offaly jerseys there. None of them seemed to get to it. Sharon Shanahan nearly did, and it's Emma Flanagan that will take the ball and just get it away anywhere. No nonsense, old school defending out the field, but Offaly will get another opportunity to send one in towards the house, and Claudia Lee is having to cover an awful lot of ground to get on all these dead balls.
Yeah, the scenario that Claudia is covering, and she's the one that's really taking the game with, from an Offaly point of view, they're thankful that they have such a fine markswoman in Claudia, and the ability that she's had 9 points now. She's going for a 10th here from this free, make it a 1-score game, Darren. All of a sudden, anything can potentially happen from
if
here.
She popped this over, she might get 2 in one go. It's going to be close enough in there. Blocks down. Who's around there? An Offaly player has it. A low ball was blocked just in front of the line by the Cork defender, and they clear it again, but it's going to be another sideline ball. Lots of phases, lots of gameplays, if you want to use an American term there as well. The Blue Bucks will be out there with different ways of trying to attack, but Offaly are going to keep going, and Cork are defending. A few scores for Cork, of course, would get them over the line, but Orla Gorman sends the ball down for Offaly, but Cork again just showing their composure, and Katie Walsh just on the field of play comes out past the 45-metre line, gives the pass back in the direction of Avril Cashman, but she hasn't got a good play by Grania Kennedy for Offaly. She has the ball. This will be good. They need something from this, you would feel. Going to drop big in. It's a Ciara Hurley, the goalkeeper, has Emma Flanagan in front, has the advantage for the free. Another chance going for Offaly.
Chance for Offaly. Just to remind people, Darren, of course, a big day on August the 11th in Croke Park, the Premier Junior Final, Laois and Tipperary at 1 o'clock. Whoever wins this game will be taking on Kilkenny at 3, and then Cork and Galway in the senior decider at 5:15. Tickets available through the camogie.ie website, so get on those. Promises now with some a spread of counties, to be a big day in Croke Park that day.
And it promises to be an entertaining day as well. Killian Fable Rooney sending the ball in here towards Becky Bryant. He just couldn't get it there the first time. Can she get it the second time? She needs the space, and Cork just will not give this space to the Offaly attackers. It is real resilient defending. Offaly have not given up. It comes out to Becky Bryant again, and look at that for that's the a training ground video for defending. It came from Aoife Barrett.
She's had a huge game.
She led in there, and if you any coaches out there and you want to show young players how to defend, they just take a shot there of Aoife Barrett, the way she blocked that ball down on Becky Bryant to stop the Offaly attack, to clear the ball for Cork, and that's why Cork is still leading this game.
Yeah, a good Cathy Fogarty came all the way there, got involved in a Cork sandwich, but she disrupted the Cork attack. Offaly getting back on the ball, some tenacious defending on both sides here, and it's right still in the melting pot. 4 minutes to go, Darren. 1:11-12.
4 minutes to go. Offaly will keep coming. This is Grania Kennedy, tries to play it in front of Anya O'Connor from the Name Breach Club in South Offaly. 2 Cork players around, 3 around. The Cork defenders have worked their socks off in this game. It comes back out to Grania Kennedy. Grania Kennedy with the shot. Is this the score they need? And Grania Kennedy puts the ball over the bar. It floated over. As much as we've talked about Offaly's misses, it's 4 scores in a row that they have got this back to a 1-point ball game. 13 points to 111. Concern for Cork. Lauren Homan is on the ground.
Yeah, and her hand or something like that. If it go to extra time, you wouldn't want to be losing Lauren Homan as they get ready for to bring in another sub. It looks like Erin Curtin from Blackrock is about to come in for Cork. But a 1-point game, as I said, if Donny Daly can't be happy now, I have to say I've been probably giving Offaly an awful lot of flack. Cork haven't been spectacular in this second half, there's no question about it. When you consider the elements and the lead that they had, they shouldn't be in this situation either.
You can make the argument that Cork should have blown Offaly away in the first half the way they played, but Offaly certainly have dominated the second half.
Homan.
And should have made much easier work of this. Lauren Homan with the ball. She ran into the defender there. She tried to clear it out. No foul, says the referee. Looks like the correct decision. Might work out for Cork in the end. The shot there by Cliona Dooley, and it's gone over the bar. Her second of the game. And Cork go 2 in front again, 112-13.
Yeah, you have to come up the mountain again now, but I thought Lauren fouled that ball when she was on her backside. That when she released the ball, it looked like a foul hand pass, but the play was allowed to continue, and Cork get the score here. 58 minutes gone to making that change, and now with number 23 Erin Curtin coming into the field of play. Offaly now, you would feel, Darren, they're going to have to find the back of the onion sack.
Well, that might be the case. There's still a bit of time there, you would imagine, but they have to get a score very, very quickly. Creating the chances has not been Offaly's problem. It's converting them that find them behind in this game. The ball inside the Cork 65-metre line. 2 minutes of normal time remaining. How much injury time will we have? We will see. But it's Cork who have the ball again. And again, it was Aoife Barrett that wins the ball down towards the attack. Like, I know when the player of the match selection's been made, Lauren Homan obviously the scores, but the Cork defenders are certainly in the conversation as well. Cliona Dooley sends it down into the hands of the Offaly goalkeeper Leah Gallagher. Leah Gallagher finds a teammate out the far side of the field. Looks like it's Cathy Fogarty, and she sends it down in towards the attack. Offaly needs to get a score very, very quickly. Get this back to a ball game. Even get more. Faye Mulrooney got a goal against Cork and the last time they met, but she lost the ball, and Olivia McCallan got a touch in it. Offaly have it back again. Sometimes I've wondered in this game how teams have lost the ball and got it back straight away, but that has been the way of this game. Cork on their counter attack. This would be a massive score if Erin Curtin can get it. She get within range, but Offaly getting back. Can she get the space for the shot? Erin Curtin, that will go to the right and wide. They'll take that for a moment, Killian, to give them a chance to regroup.
Yeah, but a credit Amy Byrne there, in fairness to her, got back and disrupted the run of Erin Curtin, and that could be vital in the grand scheme of things.
Cork have an opportunity again. Katie Walsh trying to send it down. You can hear the Offaly supporters cheering on Sharon Shanahan, who managed to win that ball and send it down towards the attack, but they need to get a point very, very quickly. 3 minutes on top of the 30 seconds we have remaining, so we've 3.5 minutes for Cork to hold on, or for Offaly to find the 2 scores on the green flag to save their All-Ireland Championship campaign. Cliona Dooley keeps the ball in play, sends it down the flank towards Lucy Allen. Lucy Allen wears number 18. She's a player to the left if she wants to use her, but she couldn't get the ball in her hand. She gets it the second time. It overhits it to Cliona. There's another player there. It's Dagden. It's Emer. That goes to the left and wide. 4 whites for Cork in the second half. They only had 1 in the first. They still lead by 2.
Still lead by 2 here. I still think the Offaly have to get the ball in hand and work it for a goal down at the other end of the field here.
Offaly have managed to win their own puck out here and an opportunity to send it down. It's Orla Gorman that took possession, but again you can just see Aoife Barrett out to the 65-metre line to win the ball, sends it down the other end of the field. Offaly need to clear this very, very quickly. We have 2.5 minutes remaining of the time. Cathy Fogarty finds a teammate down the left hand side of the field. Offaly need a score, but the Cork defenders are stepping up in the closing stages to get their team off over the line in this game. Faye Mulrooney comes in with the late shoulder on Emma Flanagan, and Emma Flanagan just gets back up and wins the ball again towards the 65-metre line. It's been the way she's played all day. Laura Doyle moving towards the 45-metre line. There's a player to the left, a high challenge. Cork will have the free. If this goes wide, it's gone over the bar. Laura Doyle, what a score for her, and it's now 3 points between them and Killian, as you said. Now Offaly definitely need their goal.
Yeah, and I don't think it's coming, and it just goes to show you, all of a sudden there's a lift in the game from both players, and you wonder why did this come a little bit earlier, but Offaly left themselves just way too much to do, Darren, and leaving this lady in certain pockets. Cork could see it home here now.
Erin Curtin takes the pass from Lauren Homan. There's a player inside. This is a chance to wrap this up. It's a shot. It's Cliona Dooley into the net, and Cork are going to Croke Park with 2 teams in 2 weeks as Cliona Dooley gets the second goal, and it's Cork 2-13, Offaly 13 points.
Yeah, they're just Offaly had obviously pushed up the field. They have to go for broke, and the chance was left left-hand side player standing on her own. Cliona Dooley, what a game she's had, 1-2 in this Cork situation, but you would have banked her putting that in 1-1 with the keeper.
Good teams close a game out when it has to be, and that's exactly what Cork have done with the last 2 scores in this game. And down the left hand side of the field, there is Aoife Barrett again. How many times in this game has she stepped in there and blocked out an Offaly attack? A tremendous game. She has had many more. We'll get Killian's thoughts on that in a moment. Of course, the selection committee are sorting out the player of the match as we speak, and we'll have that at the end of this game. Cork 2 goals in front, 30 seconds of the added time to be played. Offaly will be desperately disappointed, Killian, because I know you'll have to go in a second. They'll be desperately disappointed with how they just never really got themselves up to full throttle in this game.
Yeah, when they got to 6 points to 5, Darren, that was where the thing all changed ultimately, because they conceded a goal and 2 points in 90 seconds from Lauren Holman, and from her experience, she saw the opportunity, sniff blood, and she was able to kind of end the scenario where Offaly then had too much to do, down 178 points, facing into that breeze, and they just had to exert so much, and they had to give so much. And Darren, what did they do in the first 10 minutes? Give so much of themselves, but only got 1 point. And ultimately, I just think it was lost in the first half.
It was lost in the first half. We're going to leave. I'll be talking to you down pitch side after the game. Killian is heading down to talk to people at the end as Cork are through to the All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie final. And what time it was that? A 6-point victory. You can see the ecstasy from the Cork subs who've come on the field to play. They got the critical scores when they counted in this game, and Offaly will be desperately disappointed because they know they left an awful lot of chances behind. Lauren Holman's goal on 27 minutes allowed Cork hold a 2-point advantage. They stretched that lead to the 3-quarter mark to 111 to 9 points, but Offaly had owned the opening 10 minutes, but as Killian said, they only managed 1 score from Clodagh Leahy, who was one of their leading lights. That being said, you have to admire the faithful county. They never gave up. They kept coming, they kept chasing, and they got back to within 1 point with Clodagh Leahy on target, Anya O'Connor and Grania Kennedy as well. But when the game had to be won, it was Cork that won this game. They got the last 3 scores. Cliona Dooley with a point, Laura Doyle with a point, and then the move down the left, Lauren Holman to Erin Curtin to Cliona Dooley. They put the ball into the back of the net. Cork got their second goal, and they've won this game by 6 points. It means that 2 Cork teams are going to Croke Park and tomorrow, 2 weeks, in 15 days time on August the 11th, because Cork will play Galway in the All-Ireland Senior Camogie final, but Cork will now play Kilkenny in the All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie final. And as we just wait there for the official player of the match to hit the Killian, we'll head down to pitch side for that. I'd just like to thank here in the commentary box David O'Shea and Entray for providing our coverage here on the Camogie Association YouTube page, and of course the Killian Whelan, my co-commentator. Don't go away though, because we are just waiting for the player of the match to get themselves in position, and then we are going to head down pitch side. So we're just waiting for the nod there. So we're going to take our leave here in the commentary box. I'll be down pitch side with Killian in a couple of moments. Cork beat Offaly by 2-13 to 13 points, and we'll head down shortly.
Aoife Barrett is joining me here on the line. Aoife, jubilation around here, as you can imagine now. You're joining your seniors in Croke Park on August the 11th.
We are, thank God we are. Oh my God, it's actually one of the best feelings I've ever had. It went down to every last single ball. It was absolutely unbelievable. I am wrecked, but I'm so happy. And it'd be great to join them above.
You put in a huge effort in that first half, especially against that wind and the sun and everything like that, and that probably was the catalyst for how you're ultimately in the final.
Yeah, we are, but we're very composed players, and we're a really, really close bunch, and I think that's what means a lot when you're playing. I trust every single girl around me to do just as good a job that I would put myself in, and like wind or sun, nothing matters to us when we're such a close team.
And when Offaly though came at you and they got into a 6 points to 5 lead, then all of a sudden in 90 seconds you hit a goal and 2 points, and that really gave you an injection and probably something to hold on to, didn't it?
But sure, of course it did. It gave everyone a boost, but like even like the crowd shouting and everything, every factor, like everything is a factor. When even like I know a goal and a point is absolutely massive, but like I'm just so proud of this team. Like it's really, really good.
Your defensive play though, and I have to say you on occasion, that's why you're getting our player of the match. When Offaly were starting to maybe eat into that lead and it was getting a little bit dicey there, we would probably say with 4 or 5 minutes to go they got to within 1, ye were just so strong as a unit back there.
Yeah, we were, and look, like we're missing Niamh O'Leary today, like, and that hit us really, really hard when we found out on Thursday, like, and it was more of like, as I said, we're such a close family, so like when we're missing one girl, like the whole team drives on, no matter if we're a point up or 7 points up or 7 points down, the whole team will drive on together, like, and that's why we're so like defensively getting players back and everything, like we'll all work for each other.
Did you feel you owed her one maybe to bring her to Croke Park, do you think?
Oh, 100%, and like I filled in her shoes today, like in full back, but like it'll be unbelievable to have her back, and she will be back and we'll be in flying form again. So
well, you have 2 weeks out to prepare for Croke Park. Enjoy it.
We'll prepare alright, don't worry. Thanks very much.
Thanks indeed. And of course, and that our player of the match here, we're waiting on Donny Daly to come across. Thanks to Aoife Barrett, of course, our player of the match on the Cork intermediate team. They're heading to Croke Park on August the 11th, and don't forget all that action will be on RTE television if you're tracking that, if you're not heading to Croke Park, of course. But I would imagine, looking at the Cork crowd that are here, and the Cork crowd will be getting behind their players and heading to Croke Park, because they now have 2 finals to prep for. Donny is a happy man. I'm sure the text messages are coming through with regards to the action. We're talking to the camera up here. Donny, congratulations. That put you through the ringer, I'd say, the last couple of minutes.
It did. I'm aged after that. Even more grey hairs now than I had before he came in.
But credit your team. It probably was a game that was won ultimately in that first half, wasn't it?
It was. Look, we deliberately played against the wind. All season we've been a second half team. The girls, and we're always saying it's the finishers, the girls that are coming on and finishing off games are really, I suppose they're getting the plaudits, but it's the girls that are there for the first 30, 35, 40 minutes who are putting in the work, breaking teams down, basically breaking teams' hearts, working them into the ground. And then you have the likes of, when you're able to bring on the likes of Emer Duignan, Lucy Allen, Katie Walsh, girls with unbelievable pace, girls who will be starting in any other team, and you're able to bring them on to finish off games and finish off teams. It must be a nightmare for a back, to come up against an Emer Duignan or a Lucy Allen, after spending 50 minutes on Adele Sheehan or Laura Buttermore. We're lucky to have them.
Lauren Holman was obviously key to you in that first half in being able to drive forward, and I'm just thinking of 2 different spells you had lead. Offaly got back though, they went 6-5 in front, and then Lauren Holman takes over 1-2 she amasses in about 90 seconds, I think it was. That's probably ultimately the winning in the game, because it really put Offaly back on their heels that they didn't really recover from, I don't think.
Yeah, look, Lauren has been a talisman for us in every game. Look, she's a captain for a reason. She leads the team. You may not see her, but the work she's doing off the ball, the work she's doing encouraging other players, but when she gets on the ball, she's a moment of magic and she can do anything. And that's, as you said, that's ultimately, that can be the difference between winning and losing a game. Look, she's a senior player. We have probably 10 senior players that, only for the strength of Camogie and Cork, they would be playing senior. I said they'd be playing senior with any other county in the country.
But you still find yourself in a little bit of a battle then coming towards the closing stages of the game. Aoife Barrett was so strong for you, that's why she got her player of the match. I just thought at key moments she definitely stood up there for you.
Aoife Barrett was immense. She was on the senior panel at the start of the year, and we were lucky enough to get herself and Olivia McAllen and Emer Duignan down, and we couldn't believe, look, the standard and the quality in the senior panel is well known, but to be able to get the likes of Aoife Barrett down for us, it's huge. Again, she's a senior player. She was unbelievable. Like the balls she came out with, she broke Offaly's heart. She came out there, she rode tackles, she put her body in the line. That girl would do anything for a Cork jersey.
Well, a lot of them did a lot for the Cork jersey, there's no question about it, Donny. You have an All-Ireland final to prepare for in 2 weeks, and the juggernaut, of course, is heading to Croke Park now with 2 teams there.
Yeah, it's great. Look, Cork needs this. Cork need to be in All-Ireland finals every year, and I know, look, it's cliche saying, we're a big county, we're a Camogie county, but there's so many girls. You see the development squads over there. This is what feeds them, this is what drives them. There's so much work being done on the ground in Camogie and Cork and at board level, and you need in these days, and obviously All Ireland final days, to drive it on even further. And look, that's what we all live for. That's why we're involved in Camogie.
Donny, we wish you the best of luck with the next 2 weeks. It's going to be some enjoyment and everything, and we wish you the best of luck.
We'll have a great bit of crack.
Good man, Donny. Fair play. Thanks indeed for joining us here this evening. I'm going to get Darren Kelly to run out here to give us his closing thoughts on the game. Hopefully you've enjoyed the action, folks, too. Have to say, different intermediate semi-finals, Darren, but they had loads and loads of joy and excitement and tension and everything to keep us enthralled up there in the commentary box.
Okay, I was just having a conversation there with Karen McCormick, and I have to say one thing, and many people would know me from other sides, and sometimes I shot the lip and call things out. You have to give the Camogie Association absolutely 100% credit for the promotion of the game here today. We did 2 games in UPMC Nolan Park that were live on television, and Cork beat Dublin well in the first game there, and the Galway Tipperary match went down to the wire. Galway probably getting away with it with the victory. And then we come here to FBD Semple Stadium, myself, and 2 games that we won't forget in a hurry. Kilkenny against Kerry, going to extra time. Kerry will be sickened they didn't get the job done in normal time, but you have to credit Kilkenny stepping up and getting those big scores when they needed them in extra time. And in this game, Cork and Offaly will look at the chances that they let get away from them in the game, but such drama. Lauren Holman owned the first half, but the second half, like the Cork defence, it was just an execution of exhibition of how you're supposed to defend in Camogie. And then when a game had to be won, Cork stepped up with that late 1-2 to get over the line. It's been a wonderful day of Camogie. We only got to see 2 of the games live. I'm looking forward to going home and watching the videos of the other 2 games as well, and it sets us up brilliantly for August the 11th and 3 All-Ireland finals. We were talking at the start of the game, and I mentioned the Tifa Barrett, Niamh O'Leary going to be a huge loss for them, just such a central spine of that defence, and Aoife stepped in and filled those boots well, didn't she? It was a battle there because we expected Becky Bryant to go in there as well, and another day Becky Bryant would have had a few chances there as well, but Aoife Barrett throughout the hour there, she just dealt with that challenge, and then when that challenge was taken away, she came out the field a little bit more. She went out on the corner when she needed to, and there was that one block down at one stage there, but I hope that we get a 20-30 second video on social media just to show that for young players there to learn the art of defending. She was absolutely superb, but the Cork defence were absolutely superb throughout the game. You could look at Emma Flanagan as well, the number 4, a few other players there as well. They really stepped in when they had to. Now, that being said, did they give Offaly chances? Yes, they did. And should Offaly have taken some of those chances? Yes, they should have, and it could have been a different story had 1 or 2 of those been taken. With the goal chance there for Grace Teahan, there was a point in the first half. There was 2 chances in the second half. I think Becky Bryant tried to place one of them on O'Connor, a ball that was never going to hit the target anyway if nobody had gotten in the way, and they'll have a lot of regrets from that game. But when I say that first for Offaly, we have to just look at the other side of things as well. They've had a lot of changes in personnel over the last couple of years, and especially since their relegation last year. Another year in intermediate won't do them any harm because they're building a whole new young team as well, and I have no doubt Offaly will be back at this stage next year competing. Yeah, I know, and we might have been, and especially me, might be a bit harsh on them. I don't think there's any issue with, as you said, sticking it out at intermediate blood, some of those young ones, and then be heading up to senior, where you can stay senior rather than being a yo-yo team. But you'd have to say, Darren, though, that first half when conditions favoured them and when they had twice battled to get up the hill and had got in front, to just let it go so easy then has to be a major disappointment for David Sullivan. Yeah, but even we saw it there too, and I just have the book closed at the moment, but you take the first half there and Cork got off to the good start, going 4 points to 1 up, 5 points. It was the Lauren Holman show in the first half. We picked the player of the match at half time. It would have been Lauren Holman, but Aoife Barrett, a very deserving player of the match when the 6th year taken into account. But Offaly worked their socks off, and that's another thing as well that Offaly supporters in time will take stock. Offaly never gave up until the final whistle, or at least until the second Cork goal went in. But they felt, Killian, that they had to work so hard to get back level, to get 6 points to 5 in front, and just like that then Cork go down, hit 1-2. Lauren Homan gets the goal. They lead by 2 at half time. You said it in the commentary too, the first 10 minutes, Offaly owned the first 10 minutes. He got one score, at least 2 goal chances, a few points behind them, and just like that, 4 scores in a row. Cork are 1-11 to 9 points in front. Offaly kept coming back. They got it back to a 1 point ball game. There was one stage there I was getting ready to text home and say we'll even be later coming home, but then good teams, great teams, know when to win matches, and Cork got down there and they won the match. And that second goal, well executed move down the left. Cleena Dooley just waited for it. The pass came across from Erin Curtin and she put the ball into the back of the net. So you have to give Cork their credit there as well. They hunted in packs in defence. They might have been lacking the spread of scores at times, but when big scores were needed in that match, players stepped up. We saw Laura Doyle come up the field, we saw Olivia McCallan come up the fields, and of course Emer Dignan as well with those 2 wonderful scores just after she came off the field of play as well. So you have to give Cork their due. Very deserving winners.
And I will say that intermediate final on August the 11th promises to be a bit of a titanic struggle, because they look like 2 well-matched sides.
When isn't it when Cork and Kilkenny come together, whether it's senior and intermediate, and we've seen so many over the years there. And even just going back to the first game for those on the stream there that watching that link, like, you know, Kilkenny again stepped up. They got the big scores when they needed to as well, but we're given a much tougher test than many people would have expected from Kerry. And what a year Kerry have had. They'll be gutted that they're not on the All-Ireland final. I wouldn't go as far as to say Kilkenny will be relieved, because they did get the second goal when they had to. They got themselves over the line as well. But Cork and Kilkenny, whether it's senior or it's intermediate, they never give an inch. There's big players from both teams, well capable of getting scores, but likewise we saw there with the Cork defence, Kilkenny will have to be much sharper in their defending there as well. They had 5 clean sheets out of 6 coming in today, but they conceded 2 goals. Do that in Croke Park in 2 weeks' time, and the Jack McGrath Cup will be going to Cork, but there'll be very, very little between them. And if based on what we saw here today, and knowing the potential of both teams to improve even more, that whole Ireland intermediate final in 2 weeks' time will be a cracker. Yeah,
it will be a cracker. Before we go, Darren, because it's probably be our last opportunity, I know we've the Nancy Murray Cup final coming up in 2 weeks' time on the Camogie Association YouTube channel, but looking at these teams, of course, it's now to RTE television to look after on All-Ireland final day. So tickets available, 1 o'clock. Let's quickly look at a Premier Junior. Similar story now for Tipperary. Their seniors not in the final, their juniors are in the final, and expectation last year was to win the final, and Clare upset them in that final in Croke Park. Laois are there, haven't been there in a few years. You still would expect Tip should be able to get the job done this year, wouldn't you, to win the Premier Junior title?
The few times I've seen the Tipperary junior team this year, I've been very, very impressed. And of course they had Bill Mullaney over them, that was the senior manager before Dennis Kelly came in and got Tipperary back as serious contenders on the All-Ireland scene. They'll be very, very hard bet. Killian, they're Munster intermediate champions there as well. They're a team that will feel they should be playing intermediate, but let's look at Laois there as well, your own county, and they've had struggles the last couple of years and a few problems in camp there as well, but they've picked themselves up. They've got a run going this year, and they're in Croke Park. And last time I remember seeing Laois in Croke Park, they won an All-Ireland Premier Junior title. I think they bet Roscommon in the final on that occasion there as well, so they will come to play. It'll be a massive opportunity for Laois Camogie to get themselves back on track there as well. But as you say there, it's the first of the 3 games there as well. It will be a great contest. Tipperary will have the experience of last year, but this is Laois driving Camogie back in the county, and they'll certainly be thereabouts.
Yeah, thereabouts. That game is at 1 o'clock then on August the 11th. We've mentioned in Cork and Kilkenny, that game throws in at 3 o'clock, and of course you'll be hoping to be a huge swell from all those counties. I think the Camogie Association are targeting 30,000 for the finals. You hope that the Cork crowd, and we saw a good turnout here today, will turn up then in Croke Park for what promises to be, no matter what, Darren, and now you could talk about your county. No matter what happens, when you put Cork and Galway together, anything could happen. We've written off this Galway team. I might be guilty of doing that. We probably didn't feel that they were in a right fettle, but they produced a performance today. There was a little bit of how you getting to know each other at the end of the game, I believe, between the managements and everything like that. But Cathal Murray, if he was to pull off this All-Ireland title win, it could be one of the greatest Camogie victories that Galway have ever had.
Well, as a Galway man first, I've said before that Cathal Murray has gone through a period of transition with Galway, and a lot of people haven't looked at that because of players that have returned or come into the setup this year as well. But there's been a lot of transition. I feel their league victory last year was a wonderful achievement for so many young players coming in. They're still finding their feet, but that being said too, Galway have been very, very inconsistent this year, and we have to call it straight. They lost the league final to Tipperary. Tipperary. They didn't set the world on fire during the group stages of the All-Ireland Championship. They only got over Dublin by 3 points. Now, of course, that's a more credible result when you take what Dublin have achieved this year. And of course, they took a pasting down in Páirc Uí Chaoimh there a few weeks ago when they played Cork in the group stages. But they're after stepping up now in 2 games against Waterford and today against Tipperary. When it looked lost at one stage or looked extra time, a Galway person would have snapped their hands off there. Obviously, we haven't seen the game in full there yet, but they managed to squeeze over the line. That's a great sign, no different to what I said about the Cork Intermediates there. That's a great sign of a team, what you call it, coming into an All-Ireland final, that they're squeezing out those tight matches. Will Galway have to play better than that to win the All-Ireland this year? I would think so, because Cork have been rampant this year. They have been on fire. They mightn't have won the league title, but I don't think Ger Manley in his first year coming in will be worried about that. I've always noticed with Cork teams, Killian, when they win one O'Duffy Cup, they normally win 2, but struggle to get the third one. They will go into the game as All-Ireland Championship favourites, even though many of the Cork players that you and me both know will probably text me now saying, why can you say that? But you can be certain it will not be the margin between the teams that we saw a couple of weeks ago in the group stages. Cork and Galway will go to battle. They played in the All-Ireland final in 2021 when Siobhan McGrath got that big goal. She's not involved with Galway this year, but Niamh Mallon has come in and she got that big goal for them there today, and she's really settled into that Galway setup there as well, and a great coup for Cathal Murray and the team. If Galway win the All-Ireland this year, Killian, it will establish Cathal Murray 100% as their greatest ever manager, a third All-Ireland senior title on top of an intermediate. But Ger Manley, I was in Nolan Park for their opening game of the league when Cork squeezed out a win against Kilkenny, and you could see they're on the upward trajectory from there. They might have lost to Tipperary in the group stages, they might have slipped to Galway as well in that, but you can see they're going the right way. They have a lot of big hitters. Look, it's going to be a great game. Cork will be favourites, but certainly Galway will be much closer.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It takes on a life of its own, of course, when you get to All-Ireland finals. Well, that's it, folks. Hopefully you've enjoyed the action from us here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget, as we said, the Nancy Murray Cup is the next action that we have, and maybe we might get a replay and another day out, as we did last year when the intermediate decider went to Derry and Meath, had to go to a second day. But for the moment, anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the action and following us on the Camogie Association YouTube channel. Don't forget that Nancy Murray Cup final, and I think it's the 10th of August, will be our next action here on that channel. With thanks to Darren, he was the commentator. I've been Killian Whelan, and to David O'Shea pulling off great work in the background, keeping us all on board and putting manners on us as well. Thanks to David for all the action. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Cracking games. Best of luck to Cork and to Kilkenny in the intermediate final on August the 11th. Good luck to you.